And, welcome to this special vlog from the Strategy Guides. So, if you saw the Super Smash Bros. Announcement thingamajig for the Wii U version, you will know that Mewtwo is being added as a downloadable character.
Yeah.
But this means that there are other characters that could possibly be added as downloadable content, since the game is obviously coded to receive them!
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we've decided to do a list of our top 10 picks for Smash Bros. DLC.
Yes, all these DLCs are characters that both of us would like to see added, and we both have our own top 10 lists! That's 20 extra fighters!
He did not tell me he was doing this in the Smash announcer voice. I am just as surprised as you people.
Why wouldn't I? But all craziness aside, okay, now I'm just regular Psycat now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sorry. I wanted to do a special thing for the intro of the video.
So, yeah, and this is a vlog, so it won't be edited or anything, so if we say, or...
Like he just did there.
Like I just did there, then you'll have to forgive us. So, yeah, get on with it! Get on with it!
Right, so, number 10. For Psycat.
Number 10 for Psycat.
Now, I just want to clarify something. This is not the characters in order of the ones I want to see the most. I put this character at number 10 because I feel he has the least likely chance of actually getting in, and therefore don't want to get my hopes up too high.
That's pretty much how both our lists were configured.
So, number 10 is Mike J, or Mike Jones. Not that Mike Jones, not the rapper, from Star Tropics. I'm pretty sure Nintendo hasn't forgotten about this game series since they put it in the Virtual Console for the Wii. And, you know, I've noticed that the Upper Dash arm in Kid Icarus Uprising has a very yo-yo-like appearance in its overall design, with that wheel thing on the end. Not to mention, the Skyward Sword character, Pippet, kind of almost looks similar to Mike, since he's got the same overall facial shape and freckles in pretty much the same locations. It's like, I almost question if that was an intentional reference. But since Star Tropics was only released in the States and Europe, you know, western parts of the world, it kind of seems like they've either forgotten about it or have a default prejudice against it. Which I don't understand, because it was still made by Japanese people, but whatever.
Yeah.
As for Mike's moves, he can use the yo-yo for most of his basic crap. He can use a baseball bat for one of his smashes. This is starting to sound like Ness, but it's not! His standard B attack would be the Psychic Shockwave from Star Tropics 2, and it would the attack from Star Tropics 2, it would grow weaker the more damage he takes, losing range and eventually losing the ability to make people flinch. It would rapid fire like Fox's Blaster, but it could cause flinching and whatnot, but only if it's at full power.
Mm-hmm.
Down special could be the Miracle Mirror, which reflects projectiles, obviously. Up special could be the Anklet from Star Tropics 1 that extends his jumping distance, though here it would just make him jump really, really high. And forward B would be the Wonder Horsehide, taking advantage of the fact that he is supposed to be a really good baseball pitcher. The Wonder Horsehide would be an odd move, though, as it would cause no damage, but would fling, based on the character's damage. Even at 0%, it would still fling them pretty far.
Yeah, that's something I never really thought about, that there are no moves that
Just launch.
just launch people without doing damage. So
well, the Wonder Horsehide in Star Tropics is only used for taking down one boss and causes no damage to regular enemies.
Huh.
this would be a reference to that, and it would make it a very bizarre and peculiar move, but it would still make it something interesting and unique.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is your number 10.
My number 10, I chose Prince Fluff from Kirby's Epic Yarn. And why did I choose Prince Fluff? Well, first of all, yes, we've got plenty of Kirby characters, but originally, Prince Fluff was only supposed to be the main character of Epic Yarn. And this changed during the development process. And basically, I've been thinking about it as it's been a while since I played Epic Yarn, so I don't remember exactly all the things that happened, but the gameplay in Epic Yarn was very different from your regular Kirby game, because Kirby didn't suck in enemies. He kind of used the fact that, he kind of grabbed things and pulled them apart, and you could actually transform as Yarn into, like, parachutes and all kinds of different things. And I need to go back now. But yeah. The forward B, I think, would be, you kind of, lash out with that whip, yarn whip, and you kind of turn, or maybe you don't turn them into balls, that might be a pain to do, but, you hold them over your head, and then you can, like, fling them a great distance.
Almost sounds more like it should be a grab.
Yeah. But let's see what else there was. It's hard to remember. It's hard for me. I've not played Epic Yarn in ages, but I remember you could like do all kinds of things. It was all the moves were sometimes were also
could you like turn into moles or?
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of transformations like.
The transformations could be as specials.
Yeah, like you turn into a mole. Down B could be the mole thing, where you could bury people. That could be the effect of the down B.
Sweet.
Up B, I'm thinking is like the power. I think you could turn into something else that allowed you to go up higher, but I mostly remember the parachute transformation.
Wasn't there also like a rocket ship?
Oh yeah, rocket. Maybe that could be the forward B.
Oh.
Yeah, and and the final smash. I did think about the final smash. Easy. That giant tank thing that shoots missiles and has the giant extending boxing gloves.
Oh great, just what we need, another lane bit. Oh, I forgot about Final Smash for my number 10.
Yeah, don't forget about Final Smash.
Okay, so Mike's Final Smash would basically be, in Star Tropics 1, he has these spiked shoes, which the description, it reads, "Holy cow, spiked shoes!" Where he basically does a jump kick attack on every enemy on the screen. So basically, he would perform this jump kick attack, right? He would like teleport right above a particular fighter, and like dive down on top of them, and then teleport above another person and dive down, and teleport above another person and dive down in rapid succession. And each person that he's targeting has a few seconds window to actually dodge the coming kick. But you cannot counter him while he's doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I'll move on.
Yeah, go on to number 9.
Number 9 is a character that most people probably don't know of. In fact, I'd argue most people know Mike from Star Tropics more than they know this next character. Megan. I don't know her last name. From F-Zero Maximum Velocity. She is arguably the main character of the game. Now, one thing I want to point out about F-Zero Maximum Velocity is that it takes place further in the future than any other F-Zero game. None of the classic F-Zero characters return in that one. In fact, no aliens even make an appearance in that game. Not even new ones, which I don't understand at all. But yeah, like, characters like Captain Falcon are all considered to be racing legends. Megan is, as I said, the main character of this game because her machine, the Hot Violet, is most predominantly featured in all the promotions and whatnot for the game. She is also said to be a karate expert, so I don't really know what her moves would be, but an expert at karate. That's like, you have a basis to work with right there, with a real-world martial arts fighting style.
Yeah, unlike Captain Falcon, where it's just like,
make shit.
Where are these things coming from?
Also, I have a sneaking suspicion that Megan could very well be Captain Falcon's daughter. There's a character in the game, Kent Akichi? I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, who claims to be the son of Captain Falcon and pilots the Falcon MK2 racer. But Megan has the same hair color and eye color as this guy, and her machine was supposedly given to her by a mysterious benefactor.
Mysterious benefactor.
Not to just like, she doesn't know where she got it from. It just was a gift that some unknown person gave her.
Huh.
And that's rather suspicious, but also take into account that she is the main character of this new game, of that game. And yeah, Maximum Velocity was a GBA launch title, and this would further the 3DS Smash Bros. Theme of being true to portable characters and games.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any ideas for the attacks at all? Oh, that's right. You already mentioned that. You didn't say anything specifically, but you did mention the fighting style. So, you got anything else for that?
Her final smash would probably be like Captain
like Captain like, what else are you gonna do with an F-Zero racer other than run over people with their Honestly, what else are you gonna do?
Unless she does some crazy multi-hit karate combo.
Yeah, that could work. So, I guess we'll move on to my number 9, which is Jill from Drill Dozer. Now, like Prince Fluff, I may have some problems coming up with a few specific attacks, but Jill has already appeared. One good thing is Jill has already appeared in Smash Brothers as a. I'm sorry, guys. I'm playing Radiata while we're recording this, and like.
Another Jill was
in
the victory screen,
and I think it looks like she had boob physics going. It was really weird.
She was laughing.
I think she was just supposed to be shaking, but it looked like
she was laughing.
Yeah,
she was laughing at your choice of character.
But anyway, so going back to the other Jill, Drill Dozer is like
Drill Jill.
Drill Dozer is like one of my favorite. It's like one of my favorite games on the GBA, and I didn't even play it until like when we were into the DS, like the DS, when I had my DS Lite. That's how long it took me to get to into that game. Because first of all, I didn't know that Drill Dozer was made by Game Freak, and I was like, wait, it's made by the creator of Pokemon? Shut up and take my money. So yeah, I got.
Wait, they do things other than Pokemon?
Yeah. So we'll come back to this later on my list, actually. But yeah. So I played Drill Dozer, and it was a lot of fun. And yeah, Jill appeared as an assist trophy in Smash Brothers Brawl. I'm not sure if she's. I haven't seen her in the 3DS version. Assist trophy. Ooh, wild spin. But yeah, pay no attention to that. I'm just doing something. But yeah, like I'm not sure if she came back, but that's all the more reason to bring her back as a playable character.
Oh, and not to mention Bowser Jr. riding in the clown car. We've already got characters that ride around.
We already have a character riding around in a small vehicle with drills built into it.
Exactly.
So there, maybe you could make her like a clone of
Bowser Jr.
Of Bowser Jr. That would work. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. But yeah,
not that we need more clones, but we do need more recognition.
I don't think I'll be able to come up with something for all of her specials, but her up special would definitely be her propeller drill. She has this propeller drill that lets her drill upwards into the sky, which is, well, that's what most up specials do, right?
Stage recovery.
Stage recovery, exactly.
Unless you're Ness, and
I'm
then
thinking
stage recovery is weird.
Her regular special might be a charge move, where she charges up her drill and then dashes forward, doing damage.
Or that could be a side
Or that
B.
could be a side B also. Let's see. I was thinking her down B. Oh, come on. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. My dad's selling a car and someone was calling, so I had to take that. Anyway, oh yeah, I was talking about Jill and her drill.
Down special?
Alright, down special, I was thinking would be similar to Prince Fluff. Actually, I thought of this before I thought of that, before you told me that, reminded me of that mole thing. But, yeah, her down special would just be her drilling downward, and it would, you know, it would push people into the ground.
I see.
Her... Let's see. Her, final smash... I'm thinking her final smash would just be... And I remember...
I kind of covered up the list, by the way.
Oh, I covered up everything because I had to look at my dad's number. But yeah, her final smash would be basically, I was thinking maybe she'd just get a gigantic drill and drill across the entire screen. And anyone who gets in the way, ow.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's her final smash, and we're pretty much just gonna end all of these entries with the final smash. So without further ado, let's move on to Mike's number 8.
Another F-Zero character for me, actually. One thing Smash is in desperate need of is more villain characters. And, let's be honest, Dark Shadow is kind of a joke, Samurai Goro is already an assist trophy, and, he could make a good playable character, but he's not really much of a villain. But if there's one character I think of as a villain for the F-Zero series, it is, and I'm not sure if I'm getting the name quite 100% correctly, but I believe he is called Deathborn. Just the sound of that name sends shivers down my spine.
Deathborn.
Deathborn. I can almost see the announcer.
It sounds, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like a Rob Liefeld comic character.
Deathborn.
He's got pockets and shoulder pads and...
Well, actually, he looks nothing like that. He looks pretty badass. He's a cyborg. You can see his brain in this, like, thing on his head. Like, there's a clear piece of glass on his head showing his brain. He is the main villain of F-Zero GX's story mode. And he is just, like, you see him in the opening cutscene, and it's just like, oh, this dude looks badass.
Cool.
And he's got this badass voice, too. He's just... You can tell he doesn't really fuck around.
Yeah.
And the only thing I know about him is he can teleport, which, that right there is an up B.
That's up B, instantly.
Final Smash, go figure it out.
Okay, wow, that was fast. That's good. I don't want all these entries to take forever to get through.
Sure.
Number 8, Caesar. Now, since Caesar's a Pokemon, it should be a lot easier to figure out the moves for. Let's see.
Like Metal Claw.
Like Metal Claw. Let's see. Maybe down B could be Sword Dance. Like, maybe that down B could be like a buff move.
Or that could just be neutral base, since that's what they did with Shulk.
Side B could be Metal Claw. Just dashes out and swipes at someone.
That could also be a smash attack.
Yeah, let's see. Up B. Steel Wing?
Yeah, I could, yeah.
Okay, so that would leave only, neutral special. What could neutral special be?
Oh, actually, you know what? Forward special could be X Scissor.
Yeah.
I always felt that was his move.
Yeah,
X Scissor.
that's a good idea. He comes in and like does this cross slash with his claws. Let's see. Okay, so dang it, what was it? All I can think of is Hyper Beam, but that's
or here's an idea. What if forward B was Bullet Punch and he dashes across the screen?
Oh yeah.
And then neutral B is X Scissor.
Neutral B is X Scissor. Okay, that's covered. And by the way, everyone, just so you know,
there's a Mega Caesar, so Final Smash.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna get to that, but I was also gonna say Caesar is like my favorite Pokemon of all time, so that's why he's on this list, obviously.
Plus, Johto needs a representative.
Yeah, and
What about Pichu? I have refused to acknowledge his existence.
Yeah, seriously. But so yeah, if we cover any Pokemon and it has a Mega Evolution, just assume that our Final Smash is gonna be the Mega Evolution.
Exactly.
Alright, so that was another quick one, so let's move on to number 7.
Number 7 for me is Isaac. Not my boss. Not Isaac Clarke from Dead Space. Golden Sun's Isaac. To be perfectly honest, I would like 4 Golden Sun characters, but I didn't want to make this list monopolizing Golden Sun characters.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what his moves would be. I know what all of his Synergy attacks are. And I pronounce it Synergy, because Synergy just sounds fucking stupid. Plus, it makes no sense in the grand scheme of things. It's Psychic Energy. Synergy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure which ones would do what exactly. Like, I'm not sure which ones they would use for his different moves. Maybe his up B could be, like, growth, and, like, a giant vine just grows up from under him, and then he can use that for recovery. Or he could use it as, like, a whip. I don't know. His final smash, however, should be a move that he doesn't technically have himself. It's a part of one of his weapons. But when he's equipped with the Gaia Blade, it can let out a scream and unleash Titan Blade! A giant, massive energy sword that just drives into the ground, destroying all in its path. Oh, I got Titan! It could probably even destroy Titans, provided it hits the back of the neck.
Okay, so I missed the very beginning. Was that your final smash?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the end of that. So we're moving on to my number 7. It would be Tetra from Wind Waker. Now, originally, before Smash Brothers 4, yeah, I like to call it Smash Brothers 4, because it is for the Wii U and the 3DS. And reach the end of the path. Okay, but yeah, originally it was going to be really simple. Oh, it's a Sheik Zelda clone because, you know, she could just transform between Zelda and Tetra.
Between Toon Zelda and Tetra. So boom, easy. She could just be a clone of Sheik and Zelda. Well, I think Tetra should have more piratey moves.
Yeah, but then everything changed when the Fire Nation... No, I mean, everything changed when Smash 4 came out, because transformations no longer exist. They just made each transformation its own character. Therefore, we wouldn't even need Toon Zelda to have Tetra.
Nope.
So yeah, I think Mike's right. I think we should have some piratey moves
She has a
she has a sword, so right there she could be a sword user. That right there would make her different from Sheik.
Maybe give her like a pirate style pistol or something.
Yeah. Let's see. A pistol. Maybe that could be her neutral special.
And like with real life pirate pistols, it would have really sucky range.
Yeah. Let's see, what else? This move wouldn't work because it would require a No, actually, just make it so that there's no character in it. How about a barrel catapult? How about one of her moves be a barrel catapult? That would be funny.
Or...
Oh, bombs! Bombs! Because they stole from the bomb shopkeeper.
Or she could use the Wind Waker grapple hook.
Yeah.
As one of her specials.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know technically that's one of Link's items, but it's not like they haven't stolen stuff from Link and given it to another Zelda character before. Thank you, spellcasting princess.
Yeah. Well, even though we haven't said specifically where all these specials go, I think we've come up with enough of them. And lastly, the final smash would be the pirate ship. The pirate ship shows up. I don't even know. Well, it would be shown off, but I don't even know how you would do it because there's not water on every level. It works like the pirate ship from Peter Pan. Okay, it just shows up and starts firing cannonballs all over the place.
Or she could just be another light arrow user.
So yeah, the pirate ship shows up and fires cannonballs all over the place. It'd be awesome.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's my final smash. So moving on to number 6.
Number 6 is another Pokemon, Blaziken. Now, I know Blaziken appears in the background on that one Pokemon stage, but, I mean, there are multiple Blazikens, or they could do it like Toon Link in the train stage, that if you play as Blaziken, they remove, well, yeah, the Blaziken from the background of that stage. And replace it with something else. But Blaziken has long been my favorite starter. Then Delphox showed up and took its place. But Blaziken is still like my second favorite starter and really high up there. And we have no Hoenn representatives. Although Mark made a good point the other day saying we should get a grass starter first, and it's like, yeah. But I just like Blaziken more.
Yeah, exactly.
Blaziken's moves should be really simple, actually. Up B, Sky Uppercut. Standard B, Fire Punch. And its forward smash attack could be Blaze Kick.
Mm-hmm.
Forward B, I'm not sure.
Forward B, a fighting attack?
Or a fire attack? Or something.
I don't know. We never made a rule that we have to come up with a special for every character. We're just kind of throwing out what we can come up with.
Final Smash, of course, is the super ultra awesome Mega Blaziken.
Yeah, Final Smashes are so easy to come up with for Pokemon. It's too easy, actually.
All too easy.
Okay.
So, yeah, Blaziken. One of my favorite Pokemon ever, even though I'm more of a psychic enthusiast, but I love fighting types as well.
So, yeah, I guess we'll move on to my number 6, and we're starting to get to some of my favorite ones here. King K. Rool. He's, not too high on the list, but number 6, because, I don't know, he kind of has a chance of getting in, but I'm not feeling it as much as some of the other characters I've chosen. So, yeah, I put him at number 6.
Especially since they seem to have forgotten the Kremlins.
So, his attacks aren't too hard to figure out, because he would be basically a tribute to all of K. Rool's forms across all of the Donkey Kong Country games, including Donkey Kong 64, even though it doesn't have country in the name.
So, like, his standard B could be throwing his crown boomerang.
Yeah, I was thinking his standard B would be throwing the crown, or bringing out his pirate blunderbuss. Is that what it's called?
I think it's called
a blunderbuss. Or switched. I don't really care either. One or the other, really. But yeah, the blunderbuss would basically fire a random projectile. Like, it might slow down an opponent for a few seconds. It might, I wouldn't say reverse controls. That's way too annoying. Yeah. But it might slow down it might maybe poison. I know that wasn't an effect in Country, but they didn't have HP. They didn't have damage and HP and stuff in Country.
Yeah.
And he could also send out regular cannonballs or spiky cannonballs. So yeah, he's kind of like the way DDD was in Brawl, with the random enemies. His up B would be I was thinking his up B could be the his little propeller thing from Country 3.
His down B can be that thing where he hits his butt against the ground and creates that shockwave from 64.
From 64, yeah. And
in the boxing ring.
And speaking of boxing, like a few of his attacks, maybe smash attacks, he would like bring out his boxing gloves, kind of like what the Villager does, actually.
Mm-hmm. What would his final smash be?
Final smash.
That turtle just jumped.
Yeah, that turtle likes to teleport.
It turtle ports.
Final smash. I didn't think about it too much.
What if he makes cannonballs rain down?
Oh yeah, I just use Tetra's Final Smash.
Except like he would press his body against the thing and then just make cannonballs.
Either cannonballs or basically have Kremlins start swarming the screen, kind of like what Pit's Final Smash was in Brawl, but have like Kremlins coming in from all directions attacking people. I actually like that more than the cannonball idea, because you'd see all the Kremlins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So yeah, that would be his Final Smash. Kremlin Assault! Okay, so moving on to number 5.
Number 5.
We're 30 minutes in, so we're making good progress.
Snake. I would like Solid Snake to come back.
This is going to be a fast one. He already has a moveset.
Exactly, but yeah, I want Solid Snake to come back so that we can basically have him in a crossover Smash Brothers that's better than Brawl. Now, I liked Brawl a lot, but it still had problems, and the new game is much better.
The new game is much better.
Just keep all of his stuff the same, and there you go.
Yep, okay, so moving on to my number 5, which would be Paper Mario. Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised I chose this one, because, guys, this should be made clear by the fact that I chose Paper Mario. I'm not a big fan of Paper Mario, but I'm running out of characters to get in Smash. Because I wanted Rosalina, I got Rosalina. I wanted Little Mac, I got Little Mac. I wanted Villager, I got Villager.
He gets more of the characters he wants than I get characters that I want.
So I actually had trouble coming up with characters. So my list ended up being like half the characters weren't characters that I have dreamed about being in Smash, as much as characters that I think would be, they should be in Smash because they'd be good representatives,
Yeah, and Paper Mario could be very different.
Paper Mario would play very differently from how regular Mario plays. I mean, he's got all these different interesting attacks from his games. Like, first of all, regular Mario never uses a hammer. Ever in Smash Brothers. Yeah. And of course, the items don't count. But yeah, one of Paper Mario's main ways of attacking is the hammer. And I was thinking, like, I distinctly remember from Paper Mario that you can kind of charge up the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking that maybe that could be his, I don't know, side special, maybe?
Yeah,
that could be a side special where he brings out the hammer and you hold it down, and it would actually show the counter or whatever it is from Paper Mario counting down, because it actually did that in Paper Mario. So yeah, that would be really cool.
And when you go to use it, to charge it, you press it as a side special, and then immediately pull the control stick the opposite way that you're facing.
They might be able to put in some actual mechanics from Paper Mario, which would be cool. Do you remember how the fireballs worked? He also had fireball attacks.
I don't remember how.
Yeah, all I remember is like he had some pretty awesome fireball attacks. I'm thinking kind of like what regular Mario has, but more powerful. Like, he sends out a whole bunch of fireballs. Or one big fireball.
His up B could be the move where he jumps on people's heads.
Yeah, he jump on people's heads.
And then you time a button press correctly, and
okay,
he'll like bounce off of them and hit them multiple times.
So now we just... Oh, I was thinking his down special could be he brings out a Koopa shell and like kicks it, because that is something he did in That is something he did in the Paper Mario games, and it's something that regular Mario doesn't do.
Yep.
So he just brings out a Koopa shell and like kicks it, and it goes through multiple people.
Final Smash.
Final Smash, easy. Killer Star Beam from the first Paper Mario with 7 star or 8. I can't remember if it was 7 or 8. I think it was 7. The 7 stars come down, and they just cause this huge beam to cover most of the map, flinging people.
Or they could do something based on Sticker Star.
I mean, and I haven't played the 1,000-Year Door, and I can't really think of anything that impressive from Super Paper Mario.
And you also haven't played
And I also haven't played Sticker Star, so... yeah...
I think 1,000-Year Door has a similar star beam kind of thing.
Yeah, so the Killer Star Beam that covers most of the map. So that's the Final Smash. That was number 5. So moving on to number 4.
Now it's Rhine time. I love Xenoblade Chronicles, and Rhine is like one of my favorite characters. There's other characters that I would like to put in, but one of them could be a spoiler alert. And, well, another character really isn't a spoiler, but I just don't like her quite as much as I like Rhine. But, yeah, Rhine's attacks, his up B could be War Swing, where he spins around with his shield blade thing. Seriously, I'm not really sure what you call that. It's like a shield with a spear or a sword blade coming out the end of it. It looks awesome, though, and it's a unique and interesting weapon. Rhine would be a slow, heavy tank character that can just wander into 7 other characters beating the crap out of him and not even flinch.
Yeah.
Since that's basically his job in Xenoblade. See. I don't know what all of his forward special could either be Sword Drive, which is an extremely powerful, it's his most powerful attack, or his forward special could be Lariat, which does damage to multiple people and has a decent range. And Sword Drive could be his, could actually be his forward smash instead. Mm-hmm. Since smash attacks often have power that rivals that of special moves. I don't know what all of his... I know what all of his abilities are, I'm just not sure where you would place them as Smash Brothers moves. But his final smash could basically be the same as Shulk's, the tri-attack, except he could have different people show up for his chain attack. I mean, not tri-attack, chain attack. But it uses 3 people, so... You could have different people show up for his chain attack. Or it could just be Dunban and Ricky again. Speaking of which, Ricky's actually my favorite Xenoblade character, but he's already an assist trophy, so...
Yeah. Well, Jill's an assist trophy, so whatever.
I was trying not to pick assist trophies.
Yeah.
So that's it for Ryan.
Right. So, that brings
Oh,
us...
actually, there is one other thing I forgot.
What?
His up smash could be Bone Upper. That is the name of one of his actual moves.
Huh.
Bone Upper!
Bone Appa!
Suck on this!
It sounds like Bone Appa. Appa from Avatar. Funny.
Skeleton Appa?
Okay, so that brings us to my number 4, which would be Tempo from Harmonite. Yeah, I told you we'd be coming back to other games Game Freak has made other than Pokemon.
Oh, on a random tangent, I started playing Sparkman the other day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't think I don't think you were intending to say, hey, baby Sparkman. I think you were just bringing him up, but,
If Nintendo got the rights to that character...
Yeah, maybe they will someday. So yeah, Tempo. I love Harmonite. It's a really fun game, and I love the character designs. And I feel like it really deserves... I mean, it's another Game Freak game, so I feel... And it's a new one, too. So I feel it deserves its place in the Smash roster. And Tempo... Tempo is actually a silent protagonist, just like Link. And okay, so for the most part, his attack consists of he just hits stuff with his giant note weapon. But I'm thinking you might be able to implement some different attacks from his allies. It wouldn't be the first time they've done that in Smash Brothers.
Nope.
He could. I can't remember what her name is. And I love this character. I'm ashamed that I forgot her name. But there's this girl in Harmonite who has this harp that does distance attacks.
It's like a heart bow.
It's like a heart bow, and that could be his neutral B, I guess. His let's see. Okay, that could be his neutral B. His forward B would be I don't think this would work. Well, maybe if they gave him a smaller drum, but there's this guy who has this big drum that he beats to take down baddies in Harmonite, and I was thinking that either he can come out and do it himself, but that I'm not sure how that would really look, or they could just give a smaller drum to Tempo and he could do it, or just keep it big and have it look ridiculous. That's fine. Yeah, a big drum that comes out and uses sound waves to attack. Most of, his regular attacks would just be him swinging the note club around.
And his final smash... Oh, you know what? I thought of something for his final smash.
What?
Bring out all the Harmonite characters and then have this, rhythm thing going across the top of the screen that you press the button and sync.
Oh, yeah, that's great. That's a great idea. His up B would be this note bird from the there's this note bird that you get on and you fly around and you do combat with aerial bosses in the game. So I was thinking that the up B would be like you get on the note bird, but you're constantly, as you go upwards, you're constantly swinging your club.
Or it could just be like the Duck Hunt's duck jump.
Yeah, like that. And let's see. Did I cover all of his specials? Okay, so I covered neutral B, forward B, down B. Huh.
If you can't think of anything, just move on.
I have no idea what to do for down B. Actually, no. You know what? No, I'm going to change his forward B. His forward B was the one with the drum. I'm going to change that to down B because his forward B can be. There's this monkey cart that you ride on in the game.
Monkey.
So I was and it has symbols that clash to destroy enemies in front of you. So
yes.
So forward B would be you get in that and ride it around, clashing the symbols and hurting enemies, hurting opponents. Let's see. Final smash. Yeah, all the characters come out and you play this rhythm game. And the better you do, the more damage the characters do. So yeah, that is Tempo from Harmonite. And moving on to number 3.
My number 3, is actually Kumatora from Mother 3. I did not plan it that way, it just kind of happened. But, I mean, I know we got Ness, and they might put Lucas in as DLC, maybe, again, but, it's first of all, Ness and Lucas didn't have the PK Fire and PK... Ness does have PK Flash. That is one move he does have in his own game. But they didn't have the PK Thunder and all that in their own games. It's always the girl characters that have those. And out of all the girl characters in the entire Mother/Earthbound series, Kumatora is the most interesting. Raised by the androgynous mad gypsies that honestly kind of look like cross-dressing men, but that's kind of what they're supposed to look like. Weird, I know. She is very much a Nintendo likes their tomboys a lot, don't they?
Uh-huh.
She is very much a tomboy, and her name basically means bear tiger, or tiger bear. Sounds like an animal from the Avatar Last Airbender series. Or some weird chimera from Fullmetal Alchemist. Take your pick. But, yeah. She's awesome. I mean, you first see her in a bear trap, and she's about to cut off a limb to get out of it.
Wow.
That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Her specials are pretty easy to pick. She'd basically be another Ness clone, but hey, at least it'd be a character that actually has these moves.
I think the Mother game should win an award for darkest crap handled in a cutesy style game. It's crazy.
Mother 3 especially wins
Mother
that
3, I know a lot of the shit that goes down in that game, so yeah.
It's like, oh, it's a Nintendo game, and look at the happy, cute colors!
My wife is dead! It's like, oh, shit.
Exactly. Final Smash, Starstorm again. But it could be different from Ness's Starstorm. It could, like, cover most of the screen or something.
Yeah, it could be different. Right, so I guess that leads into my number 3.
I have an inkling I know who this is going to be.
Yeah, the Inklings from Splatoon. Yes, I know Splatoon isn't out yet, but how awesome of a promotion would it be for Splatoon if the characters, yes, I'm including both the male and female models because, honestly...
they do that in
Nintendo's
Smash
been doing that a lot lately with the Wii Fit Trainer and the Villager and
Robin.
And my gosh, they're doing it a lot. So yeah, I love the Inkling girl design especially, so I would definitely play as a girl Inkling if they brought them to Smash. But yeah, it would be an awesome promotion. Like someone buys Smash and they're like, "Oh, I want to play as Mario and Link." It's like, who is this character? And it's like, I like playing as this character. I wonder what game they're from. Boom! Instant promotion for Splatoon. You're welcome, Nintendo. So yeah.
Standard B could just be shooting the ink gun.
B forward would be the giant paint roller. You roll over your enemies.
Paint roller.
Wow. Down could be maybe the sniper, the sniping gun, ink gun.
Oh, I didn't even know they had one of those.
Up. Oh, easy. Upward is the one where you turn into a squid and you launch yourself upwards.
Oh yeah, sure.
Easy. Wow, I can't believe I struggled with that for a second.
And what would Final Smash be?
Actually, you know what I'm thinking? We should probably find a way to implement the whole... Side B actually should probably be turning into a squid and going into the ground.
Oh, they could combine with your standard B. You ink part of the stadium as part of the stadium, and then you use your side B.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's great.
And then Final Smash could be the giant paint roller.
Yeah. Final Smash would be the paint roller, unless they introduce something more powerful. It can change, it can change. But for now, from what we know of the game, that's what it would be. So yeah, that is the Inkling. Please I'm pretty sure they will end up in Smash. At some point, because that looks like it's going to be a popular game. So yeah, that was number 3. So
now it's number 2.
Number 2.
Now everybody says Ridley is too big. But we all know size never mattered in Smash Brothers, and what better way to prove that than by putting this special case character in? Not Ridley, someone even bigger. Someone that requires a freaking mech to take down. I'm of course talking about Hades.
And by the way, the mech is barely standing by the time you do take him down.
Hades is awesome. I love that guy. I would play as him just to see what his taunts would be. Honestly.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I'm pretty sure the gods characters in Kid Icarus Uprising can change their size anytime they want. I mean, that's something that's established at least for in the God of War games. The Greek gods can change their size, and I know that that's a Sony franchise and everything, but I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure he could shrink himself down to be, combatant size. As all part of the spirit of the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Ha ha ha.
Right. So, any idea for the attacks?
Well, there's that one tornado attack he does. He could suck people in and spit them out.
Andros style.
Yeah. I'm not sure what all of his moves would be, but, oh, by the way, speaking of taunts, going back to my number 4, Ryan actually has a move in Xenoblade Chronicles called Mad Taunt, and they could take that and use it as one of his taunts. Sorry, that was a side tangent. But back to Hades. Yeah, Hades, I just love the character so much. I don't know what they would do as all of his different specials, but I'm sure they could figure something out. Like clawing attacks and stuff. And his final smash, he would grow to his giant size, be in the background of the stage, and you could just have him, by pressing buttons, he would just swipe at people. Almost like an assist trophy you control.
Yeah. Okay. So then, I guess that brings me to my number 2. This is just gonna be another short one, folks.
Returning character.
Remember, we are putting these in order of, the highest will be characters that we're pretty sure will eventually make it into Smash Brothers.
Well, I'm not entirely sure about Hades, but I just want him so much I throw him in at number 2.
Yeah. Okay.
But he is a character from Sakurai, and...
Yeah, that's right. So that's, and we already got 3 Uprising characters. So yeah, my number 2 would be Ice Climbers. And guys, Sakurai was gonna put him in this one. He had every intention of putting them in this one. But you know what stopped him from putting them in this one?
3D.
It's called this thing that I'm holding in my hand right now.
The 3DS.
Yeah. The 3DS can't handle that much Ice Climber.
But maybe the new 3DS will, or they'll find a way around it.
Yeah, yet it can handle Luma and Rosalina. I'm not gonna get into that, because I don't know how difficult...
It's not like Luma's doing all the same things that Rosalina does, or that Rosalina's moves change based on her position with Luma.
Yeah, so
there's probably more complex shit going on in the coding.
But yeah, since Sakurai... But here's another thing. Sakurai actually wanted to put Mewtwo in Brawl. But they ran out of time. It's actually funny because the same thing happened to Mewtwo this time. But
they're finishing him and putting him in his DLC. Which started this whole list.
Of course, it wasn't the technical limitations of the Wii that prevented... Mewtwo was on the GameCube! Of course it wasn't the technical limitations. But yeah, the 3DS limitations really made it difficult to get the Ice Climbers in. So, I'm thinking they're gonna come back. If not as DLC, they'll come back in the next game. Because if they do release Smash on the portable, I'm pretty sure the next Nintendo portable can handle it.
Exactly. Or the new 3DS,
and,
which is slightly more powerful.
Really, there's nothing to discuss in moves or Final Smash. It was all good in Brawl, so yeah, just bring them back, and I'll be happy. And now it's time for... Number 1!
Okay, my number 1 pick is a character that I'm surprised still hasn't been put in Smash yet. Crystal from Star Fox.
Oh yeah, Crystal.
Because, I mean, she's a rather popular character, especially amongst the furry fan
Give us a female Star Fox character, dang it!
And she's already got moves ready to go with that staff. I know technically she's never used the staff herself in the games other than cutscenes. She was going to, but the Star Fox Adventures and bullshit and stuff. But, just take the staff moves that Fox uses in Star Fox Adventures and incorporate them into Crystal's moveset. Her standard B could be the blaster shots that the staff does, which would make it the same as any other Star Fox character's standard B, except she uses it from a staff instead of a ray gun. Hooray for cosmetic differences! Her up B would be the staff booster, the move where you place the staff in the ground and it charges up and then flies off. And they could even make that work kind of like the Firefox. Hooray for cosmetic differences! But Crystal can still be a different character in her own right. Forward B could be the Ice Blast, which is basically like an ice thrower. Kind of like Down B from the Ice Climbers, except she could like aim it in different directions.
Yeah.
Or they could just put in the grenades from Star Fox Assault. Down B could be like a sniper gun or something, like she has in that one fan game.
Oh yeah, the fan. Oh, I can't remember. It's a fan game. We'll probably play it on
Crusade.
Yeah, Smash Brothers Crusade. Really fun fan game. We'll probably play it eventually. Casual Friday.
See, her down smash could be the ground quake, and it could be like you charge it up and all the way, and it becomes the super ground quake, increasing its range, damage, and fling potential. Her up smash could be the spinning the staff above her head, which was part of one of Fox's combos in Star Fox Adventures. Her forward smash, as part of that same combo when Fox twirls the staff in Star Fox Adventures, there's this one part where he holds the staff out and it charges up energy to the tip, and then he does this really powerful swing move that deals more damage than any other move he can use, and that could be Crystal's forward smash, and you could even keep the whole charging animation, as she charges the smash. To have the energy grow move along the staff, and then wham! I mean, why have we not had... We've put in all the popular Star Fox characters other than Crystal. We had Fox, we have Falco, we have Wolf. Well, we had Wolf. He might come back. It's like, give us Crystal and I'm pretty much set. Oh, actually, one other Star Fox character they should probably put in. Slippy. Why? Nobody likes him, but that's all the more reason to put him in. Sometimes Smash Brother characters are just there to be punching bags.
What are you
training device? It's down there.
Yeah, no, I'm looking for the one that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for something else.
Anyways, but yeah, back to Crystal. Now, her final smash could be the freaking Landmaster for all I care. Since they seem to love to abuse that thing. Or, we could have Kite, the Cloud Runner tribe dinosaur, come in and launch fireballs at everything. She could ride on that and just shoot fireballs. She could ride on him and shoot fireballs and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So,
and your number one...
Yeah, my number one...
is also a girl.
I feel like this character will eventually get into Smash.
That's how I feel about my number one.
Yeah. My number one, another Donkey Kong Country character, Dixie Kong. Dixie Kong is my second favorite Donkey Kong Country character. I'm really happy Diddy made it in, so I'm pretty much satisfied with Diddy Kong, but if Dixie Kong does make it in, I definitely play as her. Probably as one of my mains. Right. Her specials. Up B is obvious. Her helicopter twirl, which would do no damage, by the way, but it would be a really, really good recovery move.
Yeah.
Because it never does damage in the game, so I figure to be authentic, I don't want it to do damage in Smash.
Although there could be a custom that does damage.
Yeah, because there could be a custom move that does do damage. We didn't talk about customs for obvious reasons. We'd be here all day.
Exactly.
So yeah, that'd be her up B. Her down B, I was thinking she might copy Donkey Kong's ground pound using her hair, because that's actually a move she does in Tropical Freeze. She smacks her hair against the ground. It looks pretty funny too. She smacks her hair against the ground. What is her hair made of? But yeah, that would be her down B, because I can't think of anything else.
Oh, what about the fact that she has a bubble gum gun in Tropical Freeze?
Yeah, that might be a move she could have in that might be a move she could use in Smash. That could be maybe she could be a combination of copying
Donkey
and Diddy. Because, come to think of it, her helicopter thing is kind of like DK's weird spinning move. Yeah, Dixie Kong could just be...
Oh, you know what? If you use her up B on the ground, she'll move forward and do damage.
Oh, yeah.
But if you use her up B, in the air, you'll just launch yourself really high and do no damage.
Yeah, but yeah, her side B, I'm thinking has got to be her classic... no, wait a second. Because Diddy's cartwheel isn't his side B.
No, that's his running move.
That's his running move. That's the same with DK. His side B isn't his roll. So, yeah, I guess Dixie's helicopter twirl attack moving forward would just be her dashing A attack. So that means we have to come up with something different for her side B. And crud. I don't know. Like I was thinking, oh, she grabs people with her hair. No, that can just be her grab. Actually, you know what? Maybe she could do something like maybe she could kind of copy Diddy's jump forward grab, but use her hair. Or maybe like even like grab people with her hair, and she would grab people with her hair with her grab, but she would just kind of punch them. But like her special would be like she jumps forward to grab people with her hair, and then she kind of smacks them onto the ground over and over again.
That would be funny.
I mean, I don't.
Oh, you know what would be a funny forward smash attack?
What?
She'd start blowing up bubble gum and then pop it.
Yeah.
Pop! Bah!
Okay, her final smash, definitely nothing to do with Donkey Konga, that's for sure. I was thinking...
Well, maybe she could summon animal buddies.
Yeah, animal buddies, that's perfect, an animal buddy summon. Maybe she could just bring out Rambi, and you could, like, run people down with Rambi.
Sure.
Okay, so yeah, it's decided. Dixie's final smash is Rambi, because Donkey and Diddy didn't get it. So that's perfect. So yeah, that's all the characters. All the characters we've listed. So, any final words?
Smash Brothers is awesome. This new one is better than Melee.
This is like the best. I don't care what you competitive people say. This new Smash is so much better than Melee. And I can't wait to play 8-player Smash. And I'm getting a free Fox amiibo when Toys R Us ships it to me.
And this is like an hour-long vlog.
Yeah, I know. So I just wanted to finish up. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I don't know what I decided to do with the video, but I hope you enjoyed it. See you for more strategy guides next time.